Hi all, Stephen here from Alcohol Free Lifestyle. I've been asked directly by somebody about what I've mentioned in previous videos is why relapsing is so dangerous. I didn't realise it was until I was ill, to be fair. I just thought you could have a few days off, a few weeks off and a few months off, then a few years off and still go back and hopefully control it. But this is what happens basically to a lot of people that relapse and stop again, all this sort of thing. But it is really bad for you. I was told by a consultant that every time that you relapse, things get worse. And I'll just run through a few of the reasons why they get worse. You might have to put captions on. There's quite a lot of, not a lot of technical bits, but I'll go through a few pieces anyway. Now, the first thing is, the most dangerous apparently, is neurological changes or neurochemical changes. The alcohol abuse leads to changes in brain chemistry, particularly in neurotransmitter systems like dopamine. So when a person stops drinking, their brain starts to adjust to the absence, basically being teetotal. However, if they resume drinking, these neurochemical systems can become further dysregulated, leading to more intense cravings. Now, that will lead to obviously a stronger compulsion to drink. So the second time round, the third time, and the fourth time, you might be even more eager to drink again. That's one problem. There's also something called the Kindling Effect. The Kindling Effect is a phenomenon observed in addiction and withdrawal. With each cycle of withdrawal and relapse, the brain becomes more sensitized to the effects of alcohol withdrawal. So this means that each subsequent period of withdrawal can become progressively more severe. So each time you come off and on the drink, the withdrawal is going to get worse. That's what it basically means in layman's terms, I believe. That's another thing. Your tolerance and dependence on drink is a third thing. Over time, people who relapse may have higher tolerance levels. Well, I certainly did. And this obviously will lead to needing more alcohol to get the same sort of feeling. So the increased consumption will make it even worse. But everything sort of rolls on top like a snowball effect. The fourth thing is psychological factors. Now, this is relapsing can lead, and I know it did with me, to a feeling of guilt and shame and feel hopeless, alone, depressed, because you know you've stopped for a while. You know how good you felt when you stopped, and then suddenly you're back on it again. There's all these things make it worse. So if you do relapse, try and get back to sobriety as quick as you can. But relapsing is really, really dangerous. One of the fifth thing at the moment I want to go into, because there's so many different things, is physical health deterioration, obviously, because your liver's going to get worse, your kidneys, your bloods, everything. So repeated alcohol abuse can cause cumulative damage to various organs, obviously the heart, the liver, the brain. And each relapse can worsen these conditions, leading to a faster decline in overall health and making recovery more challenging. So every time that you stop drinking and you start again, I did it 3 or 4, I think four times for long periods of time, you think everything will have healed. That's what I did anyway. I thought after 8 years, I'll be fine, but it's not. So if you had a period off it, then you start again, it's doubly dangerous. And it'll come back like a train. It's a bit like a secondary cancer in some ways. That when you've had it once and it gets cleared, it comes back a second time, I'm told by the experts, it comes back again. I mean, I'm not talking about cancer, I'm just talking about alcohol abuse. So every time that you are off it, things get back to normal. I thought, in my naivety, that everything would be clean and tidy, as it were, but it's not. And it gets worse every single time. That's the dangers of relapse. If you like the channel, please subscribe. I'll have some more detailed information about this to come. And if you want to speak to me about anything in particular, you can leave a comment, or my email address is in the description on the profile page. I'm happy to answer any queries you've got. I'll speak to you all soon.